Today will surprise you if you've ever wondered how news reporters work. Peter Doocy, whose name has been in the news a lot lately, is the topic of our conversation. The problem is that you are unaware of the true appearance of his mansion. Everyone has seen him on television, but wait until you see his lifestyle. In his home, to be honest, it's not quite as glamorous a lifestyle as one might anticipate. His flat is so contentious that it's difficult to avoid it. You could have a different opinion of him and his way of life after watching this film through to the finish. You won't want to miss this, I promise. What about Peter Doocy's personal life? His political connections and journalistic abilities are well known. We're taking you onto his estate today because we don't often get to view these famous people's personal life. A house most likely evokes visions of luxury, expensive furnishings, a beautiful setting, and a cozy area. People are discussing about Peter's mansion because the photos show that it doesn't really suit that description. It appears that his home was constructed with impressing in mind. The space is incredible, as is the architecture. But when you look more closely, something seems strange. The area that is meant to serve as a haven is simply not as warm and inviting as you might imagine. It appears that the furniture was chosen more for its visual appeal than for its practicality. Imagine entering a living room with cold, harsh furnishings that make you want to leave instead of unwind. And that's only the start. The absence of a personal touch is among the first things you notice about Peter's house. There are no family portraits or the other details that give a home a homely sense. Rather, the walls are adorned with massive, impersonal artwork that belongs in a museum rather than a home. The house seems to have been constructed more for aesthetic reasons than for practicality or comfort. Though not in a pleasant fashion, it appears that every nook and cranny has been thoughtfully chosen. The house appears to be begging for attention in every way possible. Next is the interior design. A bit too subdued are the neutral hues. It feels somewhat chilly and antiseptic rather than cozy and welcoming. Despite their size, the rooms seem deserted and unwelcoming. There's no personality, no warmth. It's the type of setting that appears ideal but isn't quite cozy. Why does a space like this lack character is a question you must ask yourself. The house seems more focused on making a statement than providing a comfortable living environment for its occupants. Another area where Peter's mansion is lacking is the kitchen, which ought to be the center of attention in any house. You could anticipate seeing a chic yet practical kitchen in a mansion. Rather, it's a room crammed with expensive equipment and surfaces. The kitchen is more of a display area than a place to prepare and share meals. It seems more like something from a restaurant than a house, and it doesn't feel comfortable and inviting. There are also a number of glossy surfaces and empty spaces that lack warmth and individuality. Let's now discuss the restrooms. The bathrooms in a mansion should be opulent and serene, wouldn't they? At Peter's house, however, the bathroom's marble surfaces are polished and beautiful, but they are cold and uncharacteristic. These restrooms might be found in a 5-star hotel, but they wouldn't be in your home. Everything appears to be well organized for a brief period, but nothing conveys the idea that this is where you can relax and unwind. After a challenging day, they felt less like a haven to return to and more like a place to quickly go. How about the bedrooms? The bedrooms are just as odd as the rest of the home, if you thought that. Picture a big room with a massive bed but no personal touches or bare walls. The space looks to be lacking something basic: comfort. Because of the limited furniture. A sleeping space should feel like a private haven, but in this case it feels empty. Peter's house seems to be more about showcasing space than it is about fostering a peaceful atmosphere. Last is the outside area. You can get a notion of the magnitude of his house by looking at pictures of its facade, which includes huge lawns and imposing doorways. Even this room feels strange though. There is a feeling of desolation in place of verdant gardens or comfortable outdoor areas. Outside, there's no sense of warmth or home. Comfort is not as crucial as appearance. Nothing here entices you to step outdoors, which is precisely what the backyard of a mansion should do. What is happening with Peter Doocy's estate then? As you could expect, you wouldn't expect to feel relaxed or at home there. Having a nice-looking home is more vital than making it feel comfortable and lived in. The house was built more for show than for use, as evidenced by its impersonal interior architecture and chilly furnishings. It's more of an amazing display than a nice family home. Now that we have seen each of these elements, what is the overall picture? the most important component of home is absent from Peter Doocy's lavish property. Despite its attractive look, the flat lacks the cozy, welcoming ambiance that a home should have. Do we want to live like this? It serves as a reminder that sometimes the emotional impact of a home can surpass its size or price. We appreciate your interest in Peter Doocy's property. Do you believe his house is fine the way it is, or do you think he should make some improvements to make it feel cozier and more welcoming? In addition to like and sharing this film with your friends, don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts. Remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. I'll see you at the next one.